What's going on, everybody? This is Nathan Bloomberg, and today we're going to be talking about the hot takes that you guys submitted on my Instagram story yesterday. I just thought that this would be something really fun to do. I'm not going to be name dropping anybody. This is all just fun and games. I wanted to get your guys' opinion on stuff, and hopefully I can share some of my opinions and hot takes with you guys as well. Let's go ahead and jump into these unpopular opinions or hot takes. First one, I love this one. Sony users are in a cult. In parentheses, I am a Sony user. Well, I'm a Sony user too, so if we are in a cult, then so be it. Not everyone who owns a camera is a photographer slash videographer. I don't really know what to say. I don't know what to say about this one. Obviously, there's more stuff involved than just owning a camera to step in the professional world of videography and photography. I mean, I guess I could see that. My wife picks up my camera. I wouldn't exactly call her a photographer. Yeah, I don't really know what to say about that one. You don't need to shoot college or pro to be a professional. What? Oh, I get it. This I completely agree in the sports industry. Obviously, it's cool to build up those accolades of being able to shoot at the highest levels of anything, really. I definitely agree. You don't have to shoot, professional sports or college sports to be considered a professional at what you do. Let's go ahead and jump into the next one. Hustle mentality is damaging long term. I definitely think it depends on the person and their personality. Personally, I also think it's dependent on whether you know when to turn it off and turn it on. I don't think you necessarily have to have a hustler's mentality 100% of the time. I definitely think in my case, there's times when I turn on the hustler mentality when I'm trying to go after a goal, learn something different. I could definitely see where hustler's mentality could lead to burnout. I feel like personally, I have experienced burnout because of my hustler's mentality. I also don't think that's something that you should shy away from, or I don't think that's something I should shy away from. Hustle mentality can get you really far. Also, you need to learn the other aspects and skills of growth, not just the hustle mentality, but the networking connections that can double the hustle mentality, in my opinion. Storytelling is better than effects. I don't personally think that this is an unpopular opinion or a hot take. I think it's kind of known. I think it might have been shoved to the side just because nowadays with all the social media platforms that we're all on, it's just kind of the way it is now with attention span, short form content, it's all hype, effects, and it's really cool to see actually when people get dialed in and can make 10-15 seconds of story. That's really impressive to me. It's something that I am still working on, am not very good at. I definitely don't think that's an unpopular opinion. I think a lot of us creatives agree. This one has to go along with my Sony cult people. This one says Nikon doesn't necessarily have bad cameras. I can't speak on this. I've only shot with a Nikon camera for 6 months of my life, and that was 5+ years ago. There's a lot of people in the photography industry that shoot Nikon and they don't have any issues to my knowledge with it. As far as video with Nikon, I rarely see any videographers shoot Nikon, and that's just the people that I surround myself with. So yeah, I necessarily don't think they have bad cameras, because if they did have bad cameras, their name wouldn't be right next to Sony and Canon. I don't think they have bad cameras either. This one says, you don't need overly expensive gear to make good content. That is so true. It's insane the amount of questions I get in my DMs asking me what gear I shoot with, what camera body, what lens, that they're trying to step up their game, so they're trying to figure out what to buy next. But in reality, they've only had their camera for about 3 months and they think that they've tapped out their limit with it. I think you need to master your camera through and through before you want to upgrade, unless it's a necessity to upgrade. I definitely do think that you have to weigh out your pros and cons with the camera and the gear that you have now, and just make sure it's, a necessity instead of a want. Obviously, I would love to have a Sony FX6, but is it in my budget? Is it a necessity as of right now? No. You can shoot just as good quality as I can. I just had a lot of practice with the A7 III and A7 IV, and so that's why I'm able to create, in my opinion, somewhat decent content. This one makes me smile. This one says, Bloomberg film is actually good. I appreciate that unpopular opinion. I'm super stoked to have one true fan. Thank you. I am good. AI is gonna take our editing jobs. I don't know too much about this artificial intelligence stuff. I've played around with ChatGPT. Obviously, I know artificial intelligence is like forever growing, but I just don't see how it can replicate a creative style. I think maybe you could tell it what to do and then it will do it. I don't know if just off the dome it can replicate a creative style or what you want to do or what you envision. Obviously, I could be totally wrong. I'm not an expert by any means of artificial intelligence. I hope it doesn't take our editing jobs, because that will out my income. The sports creative community is highly lacking in content diversity. I would love to know what content you think is lacking currently, because I could definitely agree, but I would love to know if we're on the same page. I think right now the sports creative community on social media might be lacking, the storytelling aspect of it. I don't think that's entirely at fault of the creators and myself. I think that's kind of the algorithm and the social media kind of leading us where they want the content to go, and we're just kind of falling into it. That's kind of why I've stepped onto the YouTube game, so I can be able to post long form content, work on storytelling, things of that aspect. Hopefully I was going on along the same page as you, but that's kind of my take on that. Art school is a waste of money. I actually wanted to go to SCAD. SCAD is Savannah College of Art and Design. I thought that that might be the way to go for learning, networking, all the above. But turns out I did 1 year of college, if you do not know. I did 1 year of college for business. I played college tennis, and then I dropped out. I am living proof that you don't need to go to school to be able to shoot in the NFL, MLB, NHL. I don't necessarily think it's a waste of money. I think you could learn a lot of stuff from art school. I recently just met somebody who graduated from Full Sail University down here in Florida. He's in a great position at a super young age. Obviously, I believe that you could do a lot of the stuff in school on YouTube University, as I like to call it. I don't think it would necessarily be a waste to some people. School is not for everybody, but there's always gonna be a group of people that tend well to school and that learn better in that environment. And so that's what's most important. Working in sports full-time isn't worth it, with a clown face emoji. I'm gonna have to disagree just on the fact that I do work in sports full-time and I couldn't see myself deviating off into any other avenue. Obviously, sports videography will probably make you the least amount of money. Just throwing that out there to everybody and anybody who doesn't know that. You can make so much more money in wedding videography, product videography. In terms of fun and access, I believe that sports videography has it all. In terms of why I like shooting just sports videography and trying to make it full-time, the people that we get to interact with, I think that's kind of the trade-off. I know Pete Gottschalk talked about that in one of his videos talking about money in sports. I don't make six figures by any means, but the people that I've gotten to be on the field with and shoot with, I wouldn't trade that for the world. Who knows, maybe in the next 5 years, I deviate off to something else. But for now, sports full-time is fine with me. Creators don't get the respect we deserve. I definitely agree to a certain extent in the sports world, in terms of the athletes. I think that they're now coming around to respecting us a lot more than what it used to be a couple of years ago. It's been really cool to see LeBron. He normally tags whoever takes photos in the game. If it's somebody freelance, I've seen him tag quite a few people. That's a sign of respect, in my opinion. He goes out of his way to do it. Even though I believe that everybody should be credited with their work, it's just not like a rule of thumb. But I definitely do agree that in the sports creative world, that creators are definitely not as respected as they could be. All right, guys, that's gonna do it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. This was a really fun video to make. I hope you guys leave some comments down below. There's a lot of juicy content in these hot takes, so I don't want any of these to go unsettled. I need them settled in the comments. Go ahead and like and subscribe. That really means the world to me. This keeps this channel going. We're super small, but we're gonna keep growing with the help of you guys. And as long as you guys get something out of this video, whether it's a smile, entertainment, or value, that's what's most important to me. Just thank you guys for all the constant love and support. And then right here is gonna be a video that YouTube thinks that you should watch. So go ahead and click on it, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.